Want to save images in SwiftUI the right way? This tutorial will show you how to save and retrieve images using SwiftData. The user is able to sort on the newest to the oldest images and also delete those images within SwiftData. So to add the images to SwiftData, this is what we will do. I've got some images in the downloads folder. So what I will do, I will drag 3 images to the application. These are just thumbnails that are created for the tutorial. I'll drag the second image. And then I'll drag the third image. So now the images have been dragged onto the device, the simulator, I can now insert the actual images into SwiftData by using the photo app. So just click on the plus sign, select the images that I want to be stored within SwiftData, give it a name. I just call it image 1. The Xcode or the simulator, it's a bit slow. I just call it image 1. Click on save. And now I add the second image. Not that one, that's the wrong one. I add it again. This is the one. Let me deselect it. Select it again. I don't know what's happening to it. It works better on the device, really. Try it again. And let me cancel it. Let me try another image. Okay, image 2. And then let's try to add the previous image that we tried to add earlier, which is this one here. For some reason, oh, it seems like it's working now. Image 3. As you can see, we have 3 different images that have been added and saved to SwiftData. If you want to view the image, we can just click on it, and it displays the thumbnail of that image. And then we can sort on the oldest image that's been stored in SwiftData the longest. You can see image 1 has been stored in SwiftData the longest, and it also has a timestamp 10:32 AM. And if you want to sort on the image that's the newest, we just click on the newest tab. So the newest image with the timestamp is 8:33 AM. We can also delete the images from SwiftData. But to show you that this really works, I will stop the simulator and then restart it. Just close the simulator. I will now rerun the application. The data, the images should be persisted within SwiftData. As you can see, the images have been persisted within SwiftData and retrieved from SwiftData. I'll now delete an image by swiping, clicking on delete. So delete the next image. As you can see, we only have one image within SwiftData. So this is the tutorial we'll be creating today. In this tutorial, we will implement the content view that will enable the user to store a photo with SwiftData, delete a photo from SwiftData, and sort all the photos in SwiftData. So the first thing we need to do is to add the following code to our content view. @environment, since we need access to the model context that will enable the application to fetch all of the data from SwiftData and also to manipulate the data within SwiftData. We also need to create an instance of our view model, photo view model, we need to allow the user to select a photo from the photo picker and also to store that photo within a variable that will be called selected image. Photo picker item. And yeah, we also need to import photo UI. And also SwiftData. Now that we've imported the photo UI, we should be able to create a new instance or create an object variable of photos picker item. There it is, the second one, which will be optional. We need to create another variable to enable the application to show different prompts on the alert. We call this variable show title prompt equals false. So that will show and hide the alerts. So missed out bar. And then we have to create another @state variable, private bar called temp image, and this will temporarily store the UI image before it has been saved to SwiftData. Since the user can create a title for each of the images that they want to store within SwiftData, we need to create another variable which is called new title. That should be private bar new title string. So each time when a user wants to store an image to SwiftData, they select their image using the Photos UI, and then after that they'll be prompted to enter a title for the image that they want to be stored within SwiftData. Next thing we need to do is to create another @state variable, and the purpose of this @state variable is to track the selected photo for full screen. So the selected photo variable will allow the user to show the photo on another screen, but the photo will be blown up. It'll be extra large and scalable correctly for that view, instead of being a little thumbnail size. Make the language translator functional. The first thing we need to do is register for an API key. In this lesson, we will create the downloading translation view. So within the application, when the user enters the text that they want to be translated, for example, if I enter hello, and I want that to be translated from English to Spanish, when I click on translate, you'll see a view above here, which will display the word downloading. Learn to build a language translator apps with SwiftUI Master UI Design, API integration, and hands-on projects. Enroll now and start building. On line 29, we need to add our navigation view. Just make the preview a bit smaller. Navigation view. And then within our navigation view, we will then include a VStack. A VStack will include a picker that will have the caption sort. And the purpose of the picker is to enable the user to sort the data within SwiftData from the newest to the oldest, for example, in ascending or descending order. New model, sort order, and then within the text elements, it will have the caption newest first, tag photo view model dot sort order dot newest. So that will sort the data on the view with all the recent inserts within SwiftData, or the oldest that will sort the data on the view with all the SwiftData records that's been in the database the longest. Photo view model should be photo view model sort order oldest. The picker style will be segmented, taking a bit of time to display on the preview. The padding it does take a long time to display on the preview. And I think I know why, because I'm using OBS at the same time. List. We need a list. The purpose of the list is to display all of the saved photos, the saved titles that's within SwiftData. So we need to loop through the photos array. Each photo will have an ID, a unique ID, so that it can be displayed and selectable within the list. The next thing we need to do is to convert the image data into a UI image. Should that be capital I? A UI image equals UI image. We need the data overload, photo.image data. And then we need to show the actual image using UI image, and then passing the image that was captured on line 44 and pass it to the UI image. We then need to resize our image and add a frame. If we want the thumbnail to be a specified size, which is width 60, height 60 to make it square. And then we also need a clip shape. The clip shape, which will be a rounded rectangle. And that will have a corner radius style of 8, so that the image doesn't have pointed corners. It will be a bit rounded. And then we need a V-stack alignment leading. And then within this V-stack, we need to display the photo title. and the style of the photo title will be dot headline for the font. We also need to display the date when the photo was added, so that should be date added, and we format that date, and the date added attribute will be font type caption, so it'll be quite small. The next thing we need to display is the image size. Photo image data dot count divided by 1024, and that'll be the image size in kilobytes. Font caption 2. On line 59, we need to create on-tap gesture. And the purpose of the on-tap gesture is to enable the thumbnail within the list to be clickable, and then when it's clicked, the photo will be displayed full screen. Selected photo, photo. Just compile it. Don't know why it doesn't like the clip shape. On line 48. Let me spell it correctly. Let me type it again. Clip shape. Oh, maybe it's to do what I just added, the on-tap gesture. So let me delete that. See if it's okay now. Yeah, oh yes, that. So I think the error is, yeah, added too many brackets. So after line 59, we just need to add dot on tap gesture, and then type in selected photo equals photo. Let's do it again. Don't know why it's doing that when I include on tap gesture. Delete it again. What I'll do, I'll comment out line 48, see if that works. And then add the on tap gesture after line 60. selected photo equals photo. And something is missing. What is it? Maybe the view's too big. I might need to split up the views. Or I've missed out something. I wanted to do the preview. Let me comment out the preview. There's nothing to do with the preview. What else to do with the views? Yeah, I think I've missed out H stack. So I need to wrap the image within the H stack as well. I think that's what the problem is. H stack. Seems like that fits the problem. And then, what else do we need to do? Yeah, we need to add the swipe feature to enable the user to delete a record from SwiftData, to delete an image from SwiftData. So we add that feature after line 68 on delete. Index set. Index set. So we loop through each of the index sets, each of the records within our array. And then when so we have to loop for each of the records within our array. And then using our view model, photos, we have to pass the selected index. And now we have the record that we want to be deleted within the photo to delete variable. We use our view model dot delete photo method to delete the record, to delete the photo from our context, which is SwiftData. And to give the user an idea of how many records are within SwiftData at the moment, we would just add our view model photos.count attribute that will include the amount of photos that are stored or saved within SwiftData at the moment. It should be a view model. To add a little bit of style to the text element caption. foreground color, which is secondary, and padding, which will be bottom. What else do we need to add? We just add our navigation title, which will be saved photos. In the next tutorial, we will complete the content view functionality and the UI elements that's needed. Don't forget to subscribe for more Swift and SwiftUI tutorials.